So today we're going to be going through. Ilana's going to be. Imelda's going to be taking you through some bits. That's great. Here she is. Great. We got you, Ilana.
Hello.
Great. Fantastic. Imelda, we got you. You're still on mute. It says.
Hi guys.
Yeah,
sorry, we had a bit of technical errors on this side.
Unbelievable, I tell you. Great. Sorry, that was I was panicking as well. Thank you all. I'm sure a lot of you are in your lunch breaks at the moment, so I will be quick. I know you'll be probably itching to get a sandwich, if not eating already. Ilana is on the chat. If you've got any questions, we're going to take you through a quick overview of all of the new features that we've been pushed over the last few weeks. We're going to take you through the reporting as well. I'm just going to actually share you. I've got an agenda, obviously, haven't I? So let's go and share that screen and just take you through the agenda. So we're going to be taking you through recent updates, which is the multiple milestones that everyone has been waiting for. AI assist enhancements. So we have improved the AI within Boxy, or added more AI into it to assist your teams and help you qualify leads better. We can take you through our new lost stage or lost reasons. Also, improved the variables for automation, so that instead of having to tweak and customize each individual automation that sends out the system, we've increased the number of variables that you can have in there, so you can update variables and update all of your automations in one go. Marketing source attribution. We're going to take you. Melda's going to take you through this. This is one of the most important parts of this. If you are running paid ads and your marketing agency hasn't done anything to make sure that the source of the leads are coming to Boxy correctly, you're not going to get any reporting out of the system, and basically throwing money down the drain without any understanding if you're getting a return on investment. We're also going to take you through our new referral feature, Referral Box, which is a new paid feature, although we're offering a free trial to it. We're going to then take you through the big new reporting suite and overview everything that we've asked from all of our customers. We've put it into the reporting suite. We're going to take you through how that works today, then show you how to link your milestones so you get really great reporting throughout your patient journey and linked into your PMS. And then we're going to take you through even more exciting stuff about the upcoming updates in the next 4 weeks, which is our new broadcast and campaign feature, which we can show you today, the Dentally new phase of the Dentally integration, and deep marketing integration as well. So without further ado, we are going to take you, Imelda is going to take you through and share the screen and take you through the recent updates that have been pushed over the last couple of weeks that you may not know about, and show you how you can get the most out of Boxly.
Thanks, Adam. Once again, everyone, thanks so much for joining. We're super excited to share all the updates with you and the amazing new launch that everyone's been waiting for regarding the reports. We're sure you're going to love it. Please do feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and Alana will gladly answer them. So without further ado, let me share my screen with you. I hope that everyone can see my screen clearly. So previously, you only had one milestone within your boxes to report from, one conversion stage. Just wait for that to load. We had one conversion stage within our boxes, and you guys have asked us to add more milestones so that you can see sort of once a treatment's been or consultation's been booked, once one's been attended, when the treatment plan gets sent, and so forth, so that you can track your data better in terms of milestones. So instead of just focusing on the final sale, milestones now let you track all the important steps before a lead becomes a customer. So let's have a look and see what that looks like. In the settings, we've got something called milestones. And in here, you only would probably have one and lost, which is the ones that you guys had before we launched this feature. But now you can add more milestones and link them to the stages within your boxes, which will then reflect in the reports. And Adam will show us in a bit what that looks like. So let's add one together now. We'll click on plus milestone, and we'll do one for a consultation booked. We'll pick our color that will reflect at the top of that stage so that we can see the difference between all our milestones. We'll make that a bit more of a friendly color, and then click save. Once you've added the milestone, we can then go and link the milestones. Just remember to reorder the milestones because we want our reports to reflect correctly. So I can see I've already got one in there. We'll link the milestone, and then it will show us all our boxes and the milestones that we've created. And now we have to map that milestone that we've added in to the stages that we want them to reflect in. So for example, go to derma fillers. And I think I would need to just change this one. Let's do this again. So if it's already in mapped to another stage, you can't map it twice, obviously. So we'll click on consultation booked. And then for lost, we'll map it to lost, and then the one stage and so forth. And once we've done that, we can then click save. It takes about 20 minutes for it to update. So if you don't see it immediately, don't stress. It just takes 20 minutes to update, and then you'll be able to view that within your reports as well.
The most important part about that, obviously, Imelda, is just so everyone knows, is that in order to get a consolidated reporting across all of your business, those milestones need to be present throughout your pipeline. So what we're trying to do here is that obviously consultation booked, treatment plan sent, treatment started, for example, those stages should all exist in all of your pipelines, and those milestones should exist in all of your pipelines. So when you're getting an overview of your whole system of how many leads came in, how many consultations were booked, how many treatment plans were sent, how many treatments started, it takes into consideration all of your pipelines, all of your treatments, rather than having different milestones for different pipelines, which you would then have quite a messy reporting system.
Exactly. Thank you. Then, very important, now that we've mentioned that we've mapped the milestones, lost used to also be a question from our customers to say, I want to know why they dropped off. Why did they get lost? What were the reasons for that? Now, with this milestone, although we've already linked it to the lost stage, we've added another feature in here called lost reasons. And in lost reasons, we've had some default lost reasons added into your system. But the nice thing about this is you can now go and add sub reasons to these defaults we've added in here. So we want to understand why leads didn't convert in Boxy, and how we can do that is by clicking on the three dots, edit the lost reason for changed mind, add a sub reason. So that could be too expensive, not the right time, went with a competitor. And once you click save and your team then drops a lead into the lost stage, this question will pop up and they can then choose one of these options. And if there's a sub reason you've added, you can then select the sub reason. So the Boxy Leads report helps you to spot trends, fix gaps, and win more clients by learning from what didn't work in terms of promotions or pricing, etc.
Perfect.
Cool. Then something really exciting that we've also added in is the AI Assist. This is a really good feedback for us as well. So what AI Assistant helps you with is to manage and sort leads automatically, saving you loads of time. So what it's doing is we've got a lead classifier. This classifies your leads as qualified, spam, or other. So when a lead comes in from like your normal channels, and we've added in some logic in here to clearly tell AI what is deemed a classified lead. If it falls into these two brackets, which we've also worked in logic for the spam, if it includes any of this, it will then automatically be marked spam. We've also got an other section. So the other would be things like rescheduling an appointment, a cancellation, a complaint, etc. If there's ones that we have maybe missed that you'd like to add, you can add in your category over here, give it a name, and that will then tell AI to mark this as other. So what basically AI is doing is making sure that we're reporting on the actual qualified leads and not including things like spam or other. Lead sorter. So this previously used to be inside of your boxes, and we've moved it into one section now for you to be able to set the settings. This is us telling AI, for derma fillers, the box, we want these kinds of inquiries to fill into the derma fillers box, so that when the patients drop in with any of these keywords, it will then land into the correct box and send out the correct automation to the patient. Treatment label. So the treatment labels that you guys have added in over here for the treatments that you offer, this is also telling AI whether we want 1 or 2 labels added into the inquiry that pulls through. So it might be that they've asked for Invisalign, but they've also asked for teeth whitening, and that will then label either the one or both of them over here. And then lastly, if you have location enabled in your account, your locations will appear over here. We can turn them on over there, or they'll automatically be turned on already. But what we can do is, let's say, for example, someone has a short sort of slang word for Birmingham, or there's like an area within Birmingham that we haven't covered. You can add in these location keywords here, so that when they do make the inquiry based on that location, but they didn't specifically mention Birmingham, We can add in that keyword there, and AI will then pick it up and label it according to that location accurately. So anything you want to add to this, Adam?
Yeah, great example for that actually, Imelda, is postcodes. So if you are multi-location and you want to, if you've got particular postcodes that are covered by a particular location, you can add those postcodes into the keywords so that if someone typed their postcode in as B742AZ, and that's the Sutton Coldfield area of Birmingham, and that's tagged to a particular practice in Birmingham, North Birmingham, for example, you can be really granular in terms of making sure the right keywords are associated to the right locations.
Awesome. Right, so the next thing I'd like to show you is business info that's been added onto Boxy. A lot of you have been asking us that you want to track leads outside of business hours, inside of business hours. So what we've done is we've now actually added this to our business settings, and the reports will now accurately reflect when patients have made inquiries within the business hours and outside of business hours. So when we click on business info, you can set your default currency over here. You can set the business sort of brand theme color over here. This will all filter in with future updates coming as well. So it's best that you set them up now. And then we can put in our opening hours over here and when we are closed so that we can accurately report all those inquiries coming in. Then the one thing that Adam's the most excited about, because he's had a lot of feedback regarding this, we've got custom variables. So custom variables is where we can personalize our Boxy account for a smoother, more on-brand experience. In here, you're able to add in fields like, for example, review, and then we can add in a value. So for example, I'll actually just grab a link that I saved. We can add our review value over here. And once we've added in this value and this custom variable that we want to add, this, when you go into your reply templates or your automations, you can now just select the variable instead of having to type it out, hyperlink it through every single automation, every box. This will help you save time by just using the variables instead. So once I click save, and we go to, for example, a reply template, and I say hi, first name. So there's our first default one that we've added in. Please can you submit? And then we can add in the review variable, which is now listed over here. And so when we send out this reply template, that'll be saved in the back end. And I'll actually just show you what that looks like for a quick and smooth process. We'll click save. And we'll now go to one of our leads. And when I reply to them with this variable that we've just added in, it will populate it really quickly for us so that we don't have to keep doing the same thing. So we'll click on review. We can see there's the variables added in over there. And once I send, it'll actually bring out the patient's name as well as the variable link over there where they can now submit the review. Anything you want to add to this, Adam?
No, it's brilliant. So, I mean, what people are going to be using this a lot for, obviously, is like Imelda said, like things like booking links, phone numbers. You can go to the real granular data of things like practitioner names and stuff like that. So anything you want to be able to change in the future and which mass updates. But if Imelda, if you just show anyone that's multi-location, I'm not sure if anyone on here is multi-location, but we can even go to the nth degree here and show how we can change the things like booking URLs, phone numbers, review link based on the location of that lead or the location of the practice. So you can say, right, we've got one booking URL. One is this the review one that you did? So this is the booking URL, and you can change the URL per location. So it automatically sends the right response to the patient, but it's got the relevant URL for booking based on the location of their nearest practice. If that makes sense, it's quite complicated, but it's improving speed and efficiency.
We might not have mentioned, but we've added a couple of articles as well as a power user guide on this webinar for you. So if you wanted to read a bit more in depth about these features, you're welcome to. We've also added a power user guide with some Loom videos on there to walk you through the features that we're going through today. But we're also there as a customer success team. So if you guys did want to know any more additional information or need any help setting up any of these things, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. Cool. So let's hop onto paid ads. Paid ads is also a big thing that a lot of customers have asked us. How do we track our leads the most effective way? Making sure that we're having our marketing team setting it up correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into channels, into our web forms. Web forwarding is the best way to track sort of paid ad features so that we can see how our paid ads are doing. So what we can do is we can click on add web form address, add in the name. For example, let's say Invisalign Open Day. If you have location enabled in your account, you can select the location that's for. And then the lead source is the next thing that we can choose. And we'll look at a moment if this lead source does not reflect over here, how we're able to add that in from the back end for you. We can then select our lead source. And then what we'll do is we'll add the URL of, for example, that landing page in here, so that Boxy is able to track that, and we can see it clearly in the reports where the patients have submitted the form from. It's really important that your marketing team sets it up this way so that we know that it's tracked and no paid lead ads are sort of going untracked. With Facebook lead ads, for example, I will jump into that in a moment. We can add our lead source in over here if it hasn't been added when you created it as well. If it's Facebook lead ads, don't have one connected here right now, but if we had one added, we can, every single channel that you have connected has a lead source that you can add it to, as well as a location that you can tag that specific page or lead ad to track it on your reports. Adam, is there anything that I'm missing that I should be adding here?
No, that's brilliant. So yeah, it's so important if you are running paid ads that this is set up in this way, because if it's not, and we're not tracking that source, there's no way that we're going to be able to understand if that is a paid ad, and you're not going to get the relevant data info out. Another just put an article in there of how you can do that. You can send that to your agency as well. Something else important, as well as doing this, please make sure that your agency posts the entry point URL. Now that may sound complete gobbledygook to a lot of you, but that is basically the link in the link of the landing page that someone selects. So it's not the link that you send out. It's actually when someone clicks on an ad on Google, it has this massive long string with UTM parameters, all these kind of all these characters. It's really important that's entered or added to the submission of the inquiry into Boxly, because we're not just tracking the source, we're also tracking things like the parameters of the type of ad, the medium of which it came in on, and it's going to help your marketing team optimize your ads. So that is really, really important.
Then just based off the lead sources we spoke about just now, there will be defaults added into your settings in the back end. So we can see Bing, direct traffic, Facebook lead ads, etc. We also have something called unpaid sources. So if there's something that you wanted to track that's sort of unpaid, like a walk-in, a phone-in, referred by dentist, etc., we can track those over here. If we haven't had one added in, you can now go and add it in over here and give it a source name and then deem it paid or unpaid. And then when we select it from the channels over there or within the actual leads, we can then mark it with one of these sort of sources over here. Cool. Last but not least from my side, the referral box, something that a lot of customers have been waiting for. We've made this really awesome where you can track both the dentist and the patient's details within this. So how this works is we've built this referral box with logic. It's not the same as all your other boxes. It's completely differently set up based on referrals. So we would need to go into our channels once again, use our web form forwarding address, add in a referral, the referral page over here, the name, so that we know which one it's coming from. Again, you can set your location if you have one, and then set the default lead source. The description again will be the URL of the referral form. Once you've done that, you can then add this forwarding code to your referral form. So this code over here gets added to your referral form. And then once it's been added, you can send a test lead through to submit to see it come through to Boxly. Once that form has been added or that forwarding address has been added to the web form, any referrals then submitted on that web form will come through to the referral box. We'll be automatically moving it into this box from the channel. In here, in the box setup, we've got referring dentist and we've got referring treatments. So when a referring dentist submits a form within Boxly, it will automatically pick up the referring dentist and their practice over here. If it's a case that we want to add some that we already work with, we can click on add dentist, add in the dentist's name, as well as the practice, and then save it. We can see this already exists, so there will be no duplicates added in here. We've got referring treatments, so we can add in all our referring treatments in over here. We can search the labels for what we've already got in here, over there, and then keep adding them. Oh, sorry, that's not one over there. We can add them all in over here, and that will be then Boxy will then automatically pick up the referring treatments from the referring practices. The automations inside the box can be set up for both the patient and the dentist. So the moment that a patient drops in here with a referral dentist on the submission, both of them can receive automations sent to them, but they will be sent separately. So one will acknowledge the patient and one will acknowledge the dentist to let them know that we've received the submission. When we go back into the context and we look at the context, the other awesome thing about the referral box is when we're inside here, normally you would only from the box be able to reply to the person that's been added in the contact details. But when we click on reply now, we'll just go back to email, we can reply to either the patient or to the dentist. So you can actually swap between the two. And we can view the contacts of the referral patient as well as the dentist. We've got both their contact details inside here as well. So it's really easy to communicate with both parties now and view all their details instead of separately emailing them without the system. Just like a little tip based on the treatment, AI will match the treatment label automatically when a referral comes in. If the dentist isn't in your list, then you can simply, again, just add them within the box. Anything that you'd like to add in, Adam?
Yeah, just obviously what Imelda just said in terms of being able to acknowledge that we can also, as that patient moves inside the pipeline as well. So if let's say they go and book their consultation, we can communicate back to the dentist to say, thank you, your patient has booked in. And the other important thing is we're capturing all those different variables. So it's a lot more personal. So we can say, hi, dentist name, your patient's name has been booked in into the consultation, and different communication will sent to the dentist and that patient throughout that patient journey. So you can be really, again, granular with how we communicate with both parties throughout that one lead.
Awesome. If there's,
I'll just say that is a paid. So just to let you know that is a paid add-on. We've been designing that. I think Joe is actually on here from 10 Dental. Hey Joe, thank you for all of your help. It is a paid add-on. But we are giving everyone 3 months free into the referral box. If you want to try it out, test it, see how it works. It would be an additional £50 per month. But give it a go, see what it looks like, give some feedback, because as you know, we are constantly evolving this. So just let us know if you want to do that, reach out to our customer success team and we'll add it in for you.
And just remember, we've got this amazing filter as well. So you can filter the referring practice, the referring dentist, so both of those you can filter them as well, and you can view them in a list view. If you're anything like me and you like a bit of an Excel sheet, the list view is also a really awesome feature just to utilize and filter. And we are also able to export those details as well. Cool. Adam, I'll hand over back to you then.
Thank you. I'm going to share my, we're 23 minutes in, apologies. We're so excited about all these new features. We're going to go into the reporting right now. Hopefully everyone's still got time to stay on the call. We're also going to go into that really exciting stuff at the end. I'll be brief with that because I don't want to waste your lunch hour. So I'm going to share my screen now. I'm going to just take you through our new reporting suite and explain to you how it all works. So this is being built based on an incredible amount of feedback from all of you. So thank you for everything that you've done. Imelda, Alana, can you see my screen? Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. So this is your new dashboard. Now, if you are a single site and or multi-location, I'm going to talk you through some of that as well. I think Chloe, you said your multi-location, fantastic. So we've got some reports down the left-hand side. These are our different dashboards or different options. The main lead dashboard is going to take into account your whole business. And what Imelda mentioned about the AI classification, we're going to show you here how many leads you've had come in, how many were spam, how many were classified as other, how many were binned immediately, and that gives you then a qualified lead number. The reason why we're giving you a qualified lead number is because that gives you real reporting on your conversion rates. There's no point having conversion numbers for your team based on hundreds of Instagram spam messages that you may get. The other leads may be quality leads, but there may be existing patients and things like that that you don't want to include into your sales reports, and that's totally up to you. Everything within this dashboard is clickable. So you can go and view these leads, see what they relate to, and actually manage the leads from within here. So it actually doubles up not just as a reporting system, but as a way of managing the leads as well if you want to re-engage them or anything like that. So you can simply click on them and that takes you into the patient record and conversation. This dashboard, as I said, is for everything. So it's going to show you the leads by channel, so where they've come in on, and then give you a little dashboard at the bottom of when those leads came in by opening hours, which Imelda showed you earlier, which gives you some good information on when you should be looking at having your staff available for. Your lead sources, again, this is based on the sources that are attribution to your channels. So making sure that the marketing agencies are tagging the lead source to get you accurate data. And again, your paid versus organic. We've got no paid leads coming in, so it's all organic, which is great. But as I said, it's all clickable. At the top, you can search through time periods, so date ranges, where you got yesterday, last 7 days, last 30 days, month to date, quarter to date, etc., and the ability to toggle on different locations. So if you just want to see how Birmingham are doing at any one point, if you've got multi-location, you can do, or if you want to clear that filter, or you can add other filters such as the channel, the source, any particular labels or practitioner that's dealing with these leads. You can really filter on the main dashboard if you want to. So that's the first thing. We're going to now deeper dive into our kind of headline reports. The first is the milestones, and this is based off what Imelda spoke about earlier. Now, setting up your milestones is super important. So for now, as we said, we've got consultation booked, treatment plan sent, won and lost. And now as we go into that, that's going to show us a kind of overview of our milestone conversion throughout the whole business. Again, these filters stay at the top, so you can filter your locations or lead sources if you want to see what your conversion rate is for a particular paid ad if you want to. There is also a view of called activity or cohort. Now, activity is everything right now. It's every single lead that's come in a period of time and the actions that have happened up until this date. You've then got something called cohort view. Now, this may get a little bit complicated, but cohort view is considered of any leads that came in a particular period of time. So let's say that you had an open day for Invisalign, or you run a paid ad or something like that in October last year, and you want to see where those leads are today. So that's what cohort view is going to do. So we're going to say, I want to know where the leads that came in January, what's happened to them. So we've had 24 leads in January, 5 went into consultation, and 7 went to actually go ahead directly with treatment. So that's giving you a good indication of what's happened. So this is where you can go and use the filter and say, I'm actually only interested in the lead source of the paid ad that we had coming in that period of time. And that will give you a complete overview of the conversion or success of that particular ad. Now, what you've got at the bottom are these progress levels. Now, we may be going into a little bit more detail at another point on this, but these milestones that we've got here, so consultation booked, treatment plan sent, and treatment started, it'll actually show you how many leads came in for that period of time, how many of them progressed, how the percentage of those, the value in each milestone, and most importantly, what we call pipeline velocity. So how long it took on average for leads to go from consultation booked to treatment plan sent, from treatment plan sent to treatment started, which allows you to start interrogating how quickly we can then increase that velocity to speed up the conversion so that we don't lose them. Hopefully that all makes sense. We are going to go into a much deeper dive in a different webinar. We've then got leads by box. So each of your pipelines, we've then got, we can then look at how things are going for your leads, either activity again or cohort for the particular pipeline or treatment. So we can see for Invisalign, how many leads we've had come in that period of time. So I'm just going to change that to all time quickly so we've got a little bit better data. How many leads came in, how many are currently in to be actioned, how many are in conversation, how many are in follow-up, how many are in booked consultation, treatment plan sent, etc. It's giving you high-level data at the top. Again, how quickly these leads are progressing. Now, this is the really important one, is that let's say you've got Invisalign leads coming in, how many are in follow-up, how long does it take you to go from follow-up into consultation booked? So again, we can improve that whole conversion. So you've got all of this, and everything is clickable within here, which is really important. And again, we've got our filters at the top. Now I'm going to go through these next ones very, very quickly. You've got leads by channel. leads by source, leads by treatment. Now, all of these leads, so the channel is basically where they came in on. So the inquiry bots, Facebook, Instagram, things like that. Now, across the top, you can actually include the different milestones. So you can say, right, how many leads came in from inquiry bots, and how many qualified leads were there, how many then went to a consultation, how many treatment plans were sent, and how many treatments were started. So you can then start seeing what channel is the best success. There's no point in generating 100 leads through a bot or 100 leads on a paid ad if none of them are going to actual start treatment. So this is where you can really interrogate the data and click on them to see the leads. This is where we go deeper down into your lead source. So direct traffic, manual, walk-ins, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Google paid search, etc. Again, you can add milestones into here. So if you want to see how many consultations were booked of a particular lead source, we can do. And if you want to see revenue, something we added in very recently is you can simply turn on the total lead value, and that should actually show you the value as well as the numbers. So you're getting real quality data out of here. You can then get leads by treatment. So as Imelda said, you may get a lead come in for Invisalign, but they mentioned whitening. And we want to track that information. So you can then track all the different leads by treatment. Leads by location for multi-site. So this is giving an overview of your different locations, of how many leads have been generated on a whole, how many treatment plans, and how many treatments started. Again, you can turn those milestones on and off. And based on your referrals, so if you've got the referral box turned on like we just went through earlier, you can actually get some conversions for your referring dentists. Again, how many leads came in, how many consultations were booked, and how many treatments went ahead for those, so you can see who the most active referrer is. We then get onto team performance. We've improved this as well. So it's giving you an overview on your team sales. So each team member, how many leads they've been dealt with, and how many milestones those team members have generated or converted through your different milestones. Again, this is the whole point of this. It's getting you great data for all aspects of the business. Again, you can filter on lead source and stuff like that. So if you've had a campaign for Invisalign Open Day and you want to see which team member has converted the most out of that campaign, you can get it. Then we go down to the reply time. So who of your team are replying quickest? So again, this is on an average, how many are replying within 1 hour, 3 hours, and 7 hours, and what percentage of them. And you can break these down and look at your team members, how quickly they're responding, how many leads they've responded to, how quickly those responses were sent on average per team member. We're also going to be potentially bringing in phone call as well into here. So if someone has made a phone call as their first port of call, we need to report on that for you, so we can do that. This is the coolest thing that I think for me is actually your reply rate on your different channels. This is where we optimize your workflow. So if you're sending SMSs out and emails out and you're getting a 3% reply rate on your emails, stop sending your emails. Concentrate on something that was working, like WhatsApp, where we're getting an 87% response rate. It's giving you real data. And lastly, very, very quickly, team activity. So this will give you an overview of how your team are working, how many leads they've been assigned, how many notes and tag notes and tasks and things like that they're dealing with on a 1 point. So how many incomplete tasks, how many emails sent, SMSs, WhatsApps, and things like that. Showing you how quickly how well your team are performing. And we've now got practitioner conversion. We're going to quickly go into Dentally in a second. We can synchronize the practitioner in Dentally. So as we're passing that lead into consultation and we've created that patient in Dentally, we're tracking the conversion of that treatment or that consultation to treatment plan sent and treatment started. We're tracking the conversion of your practitioner. So if that's all linked in Boxly, you can actually see not just the TCO and the staff members conversions, but also your practitioner conversion from consultation booked to treatment started as well. And lastly, your lost leads that Imelda went through earlier, what your lost reasons are and the reason and sub-reasons and things like that. As I said, all of this information is clickable. You can also export any of this data that you want into an Excel or CSV for further interrogation if you want to. Imelda, anything that you need to add on that? Or Alana, go on.
Adam, sorry. Chloe and Lucy are just asking how to see which campaign is doing well. Could you click into leads by channel and show us the web form and Facebook lead ads?
I certainly can. I don't think I've got any Facebook lead ads in here, but if we go to lead by channel, let's go into that. There we go. So this is where you would have all of your different. So if I go into web form forwarding here, I click down, it will then show you the different campaigns that you've got running through web forms, how many leads were qualified, how many consultations booked, treatment plans sent, and won. So that's showing you all your different campaigns in one thread. Is that okay, Nada? Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Cool. So all of the I forgot to say this is applicable because, for example, I've got 3 bots connected to this for different demos and different landing pages. Again, that will show you how effective your chatbot is or different chatbots or different campaigns and things like that. Yeah, absolutely. We've got Facebook, but yeah, if you clicked on Facebook lead ads, that'll show you all your different lead ads and the success of those as well. Cool. Okay, we're 40 minutes in. Hopefully we've got 21 people still on. Please don't drop off. I've got something very, very cool to show you. We're going to start with broadcast. We've been talking about this for a long, long time. It's this month we're going to be pushing the new campaign and broadcast feature. That is the ability to mass email, mass WhatsApp, or mass SMS certain audiences within your database. For example, let's say you've been running an Invisalign campaign or an open day or something like that. We've got 100 leads that have come in, 20 have gone into a consultation, 10 have gone ahead, but we've got 80 leads that are sat there that haven't converted. Instead of messaging each one manually, we've set up engagement to be able to intelligently capture this audience and broadcast a message to them. So I'm going to go and show you how this works very, very quickly. We're going to do a deeper dive onto this when we launch it. So hopefully you can see this. This is the new campaign feature, or engagement feature down the left-hand side, email, SMS, and WhatsApp. There's some other stuff on here that we'll talk about at a later point. But let's say we want to go and create a broadcast. So click here. This is where we can interrogate the leads in Boxley. We will be also being able to interrogate the patients inside your PMS, Dentally, and CareStack as well. I'm going to create a campaign. You can then go and either use a blank template or a customized template that we've already put together for you. I'm going to use a blank template for now and a visual email builder. And we can then drag and drop different email, different kind of designs of emails, links, drag and drop exactly as you would expect in something like MailChimp. I'll just quickly click next. This is where we go and find our audience. So instead of just sending a newsletter to everyone, which just doesn't work anymore, we all know that, we want to intelligently engage our patients that are sat in there. So we actually want to go and add a filter in here. Let's say we want to only target anyone that came through the lead channel of WhatsApp and Facebook. So we've got those clicked on there. Or we wanted to find with AI. So this is where you could type into any Invisalign leads that haven't gone to consultation if you want to. So this is where you go, right, find me an audience who are in the lost stage that haven't made contact in the last 30 days. Find that audience. That's going to show you all of the different contacts in here. So we've got 185 of them. And this is where we can go and send out. We can go and send a test. We can send it to hello@Boxley. That's sent it off. And then we can go and send to our audience, send that campaign, that broadcast to absolutely everyone. Now, the beauty of this is as we send that communication to everyone, as the responses come in, the responses will come into the lead card of that patient. So you're not having to manage these responses on email or through MailChimp or things like that. It's all going to come into the lead card of that lead that sits inside Boxley, which is very cool. And the most important thing is you're going to get a report. So you're going to see how many were sent, how many were opened, how many were not opened, how many were clicked, replied, things like that. And because you can get all this information, you can click on the ones that weren't opened and broadcast another WhatsApp to them or another SMS. As I said, this is all available through email and WhatsApp. I've got one for WhatsApp as well here, but we don't need to worry about that. You know how WhatsApp works, but a broadcast campaign for that. This is groundbreaking. This is going to keep everything in one place and keep all of your communication and bookings in a single system. Okay. Hopefully you're all excited about that. We certainly are excited for it because everyone's been asking us for it. It's coming out this month. We'll be giving you some updates on it. The next thing I'm going to quickly show you is Dentally integration phase 2. Some of you may have Dentally, some of you may have CareStack, some of you may have SOE, SFD, Arona, things like that. We are working on those. So CareStack is already there. We have pushed out the Dentally integration and we're going to push phase 2 tomorrow. And I'm going to take you through how that works. Now, the way that Dentally works integrated into Boxley is that you synchronize your practitioners inside Dentally to the practitioners inside Boxley, synchronize your payment plans, and if you've got multi-locations, synchronize your locations into here so that when the lead comes in for a particular location, we're only showing the right practitioners, and we're only showing the payment plans for those locations. So let's go and submit a lead and show you how the Dentally booking, Dentally platform works. So I'm just going to put my details in here, put it in the box of implants, and I'm in conversation with them, and it's safe. So let's say that lead came in on a contact form, and we're communicating with them, or we're on the phone to them. That patient then decides that they want to book. Now, instead of having to open up Dentally to go and book that patient and then move them inside Boxly, we've actually now got the create patient option for Dentally. So as I can create that, it opens up a lead card where I can put their date of birth in, choose the payment plan, and go and create. I'm practitioner, and I'm going to create that. Now, what Boxly is going to do is going to cross-check Dentally to make sure that patient doesn't exist. If it does, it will ask you to link it. But now we're in the appointments section. So you can actually go and create an appointment in Dentally inside your booking system from within Boxly. You don't have to open up Dentally. This helps from a reception perspective, all multi-site and call centers and things like that. And I can show you how we really quickly can go and create an appointment. We're going to say a 30-minute exam, scale and polish. We're going to do it 6th of June at 9:30. Schedule that appointment. That's put it as a pending appointment. It's created the patient record inside Dentally. But where this is very, very cool is that patient right now is sitting inside dental implants. It's going to sit inside in conversation right now. We haven't confirmed that appointment. Now, if that patient goes and confirms it, or we confirm it for them, so I'm just going to click confirm, what's going to happen is Boxly, you can see that, has moved that lead into consultation booked and tagged the date of that consultation inside Boxly. So it's moving it automatically through the pipeline to make sure that we are in sync with the Dentally booking system, and you're not following up with leads, asking them to book in when they've already booked in. And this will continue happening. Now, if we go and view that patient inside Dentally and go and confirm that quickly, sorry, I should have had this preloaded, apologies. If we go and change that status to something like treatment started or cancelled or no-show, those statuses inside Dentally are linked to the stages inside Boxly. So let's say that patient doesn't show up, that will move that patient into the no-show, and we can then re-engage them to try and get them booked in. I'm just going to put the appointment as completed. And what that'll do, I think that's done it. There we go. It's moved it automatically, immediately into the one or relevant milestone stage that you've added for the Dentally conversion. So it's moved it through that journey automatically. Now, that's really cool. That's helping your team. It means no double entry, all that type of stuff. We've gone to the nth degree as well. If you go onto that account and you start raising invoices, so let's say we're going to raise an invoice. Something went wrong. Oh dear. Dentally has got an error. That's not good. Okay, we're just going to go back quickly. We've got financial information, so I should have that in here. There we go. Where we're tracking the financial information about that patient. So the invoices that are raised against that patient, the payments that have been made against that patient record, so that you're tracking all that journey within Boxly. So you can see the financials, you can see the lifetime value of that patient. And this is really integral for your agency. If you know the originating source for a lead coming in, you can track that journey all the way to booking. But let's say they have an exam and then they upsell to Invisalign. We're not just getting the £70 conversion for that paid ad, you're getting the £4,500 conversion for that paid ad. So you're getting real intelligent data from the system.
Adam,
yes,
we've got a question regarding the campaign. Chloe is saying she's super excited about the email campaign. Will we be able to bulk plan these and set up the delay automation so that if the lead doesn't make contact after receiving the first campaign, after say 3 months, they'll receive the next one that we have already set up?
Yes, I haven't got. I think let me just see if I've got that on here.
I did just get an answer. Sorry. Initially, you'll be able to send them in bulk, and you can manually pick the people who didn't respond and send them either the same or different campaign again.
Cool. So yes, as Alana said, so there is an option of delaying these. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. There isn't. I don't know where that is on the. I haven't had a good enough demo from our product team, obviously. There is a link. There is an option on there, yeah, to delay as well. So if you don't want to send it immediately, you can actually schedule your campaigns to start on like a Monday morning, Friday afternoon, things like that as well.
Cool.
Cool. One more that I did have on there, the deep integration. This is only really for your marketing, but this really does help. These milestones, as important, they are so integral into your management of your leads and reporting. What we're also going to be launching very, very soon is the two-way integration into your marketing source. What I mean by that is if you're running Google ads or Meta ads, as those leads come into Boxly, what we're going to be doing as they hit milestones such as consultation booked, treatment plan sent, things like that, we're sending those events back into Google Ads and Meta so that they know the audience that are successful for conversions, so that it can optimize your audience for marketing in the future. So we're getting that two-way interface into your Google Ads. That's massive, again, if you're spending any money on paid ads. So that's coming very, very soon, and that will be part of the settings as well.
I've added a poll into the poll chat for us on the side over here. Just would like to know if there's any of the features that you'd like to know more about so that we can reach out to you guys and just give you a bit of a deeper view into these features. Please do make use of the poll, and our customer success consultants will reach out to you to help you with that.
Thanks, Amelda. So yeah, you can see we've been working very, very hard, improving the software, improving the system based on a lot of your feedback. The reports are amazing, but we know we're not finished. This is our first iteration of the new new reporting and marketing suite. Any feedback that you've got of the information you want to see on that's clickable, things like that, just feed it back to that team, and we'll feed it to the product team to review. It's really important that you do that, because we can only improve the system if you let us know what's working, what's not working. Cool. Any more? We're going to stay on for a couple of more minutes, so if you've got any questions, please let us know. But thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I know it's your lunch breaks and you're taking time out of your day. Hopefully you're excited with all this new stuff as we are. Again, even things like training and optimization, please reach out to the team. They've got some brilliant videos. We've got that weekly webinar that we have as well that you should be on for new team and new starters and stuff like that. Looking forward to your feedback.
So just to reiterate on the training webinar, it's really helpful when you guys give us the feedback on things that you really want to deep delve into it, so we can create more webinar sessions based on that. But currently we have a webinar running at 1 p.m. every day. If you register for the link, even if you're not able to attend, you'll still receive the recording afterwards. And we'll have the short snippets of the quick start guide on there for you as well, so that you can run through the training. If it's just for a refresher or you have a new team member joining, please do attend those. We've seen that they've been extremely helpful. But any feedback, of course, is helpful for us to know what to delve into a little bit more for you.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Please ask any questions if you have. If not, enjoy the rest of your week. I can't believe it's Wednesday. We look forward to hearing from you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, Melda's gone. I was going to stay on for a minute or so.
Ads, do you want to say anything just about the treatment value integration from Dentally to Boxly? I'm not sure if it is in the current version.
The treatment plans and things like that.
Yeah, I think it is planned, but it's not in the current version.
Yeah, it's not in the current version. We are going to. So we've obviously got the invoice data and paid information coming in, but on the next phase with Dentally, we are bringing in bookings and the value as well. Obviously, we're doing this with CareStack, a lot of this information as well, although the bookings isn't in CareStack. We are also launching, if anyone else has got any other PMSs you're working with, so SFD, software for dentists, and the Rona will be done as well imminently. We're going to be launching those as well. Again, any feedback on integrations or phone systems, things like that you want to do, because we're working very, very closely with some phone systems at the moment, please let us know.
Chloe, we regularly send the webinars, so we'll send them either in the little chat or we send an email when we have a webinar. I can pop you an email if you'd like with our live training webinar. Just let us know which one you'd like us to send on to you, and this one will be sent to you after the call.
And please tell your friends about Boxly. If you've got any dentists that are not using Boxley, they are missing out. We do a referral as well, referral fee, which you'll get. So yeah, if you could, I'd love it. Tell people about it. That'd be amazing. If not, no problem at all. I won't be offended. Cool. We'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for your time. I'm going to close the meeting. Anyone that anyone that wants to send a message, please use the chat through the application. Oh, as well, someone asked me the other day before I go. If we've got 12 people left on the call. There is a mobile app. We do keep messaging about it. There is a mobile app on the iOS store and Google Play Store to use Boxley on the move. So if you aren't if working 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 9 to 8 isn't enough, and you want to do it when you're home, you've got the Boxley app to download as well. So have a great week. Speak to you soon.
Bye.